fellow YouTubers, Mr. Leonidas here. I hope you're doing well. And I'm proudly presenting to you the Shark Tooth Tactical Knife, designed and created by Slysteel, and it is made at Tops Knives, U.S.A. And there's a good quick look at it. And so before I go too deep into the actual knife talk and talk about some of the little bit of the specifications and the designs, I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of background information. This was a donation to me at the 2014 Atlanta Blade Show from Slysteel, and the gentleman who gave it to me is Oliver and Keith of Slysteel, and that is a small company out of Idaho, and they get their knives made by and at Tops Knives USA. So this is the Shark Tooth Tactical made by Top Knives. Like I said, it's designed by Slysteel, and obviously it wins a ton of points on uniqueness first off. So I'll go ahead and dive into that. But just a big thanks to Oliver and Keith of Slysteel, because they are some really fantastic guys, and they're really happy about their product because they know really, how just awesome and special and unique and applicable this knife can be to, a lot of knife users like me and others out there, who, you're knife collectors, but you're also knife users. And this is one of those knives. This is going to be the knife that you're going to want to use. You're not going to want to just sit it in your collection. This is a user. This is a beater knife. I mean, this is to go out and, utility tasks, have fun, just play around, maybe break some stuff. This is your knife. This is just all around awesome, get those tasks done. But like I said, it's made by Tops Knives, so it's good quality because I'm a Tops Knives fanatic. Like I said, if you know me or my channel and seen some of my videos, I like my Tops Knives. And Slysteel went with a fantastic company to make their product. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into some of the specifications, just talk about a few things. I'm going to start with the sheath. Now, this has been pimped out by me. This is in the Cryptek Mandrake camouflage. I did it with, I used like sort of just standard Krylon and Rust-Oleum spray paints with stencils. It has been clear coated, and this is done several weeks back, so it's held up very well. But like I said, it's a standard Kydex sheath, and with it being made at Tops Knives, it's going to be stand-up and durable, and it fits the knife like a glove, and I love it. Actually, on a note of uniqueness on this knife sheath, have some other knives made by Tops, and on the other Kydex sheaths, they have a rotating sort of belt loop. Now this one is actually made out of plastic, or sort of a plastic-based material, whereas the other ones are made out of like a steel. Now they slim down the profile, and I'm going to say that is for like your MOLLE webbing at that point. So you could put it on your tack vest or a tactical backpack or your survival pack, and it works pretty well with that. And durability-wise, it seems like it's holding up great. It has like sort of these ribs or these grooves here that give it some backbone and some strength. So overall, I mean, I'm very impressed with the sheath. It's just like I said, it is a standard Kydex sheath, but it fits the knife very, very well, and it's going to give you the protection you need for the knife and for the user as well. That's very important, to protect yourself from the knife. You don't want to hurt yourself with your own blade, so it needs to be nice and snug in the sheath, and safely tucked away until you need it. So that's about enough being said with the sheath. Like I said, you can hear it click in. Just use your thumb, pop it on out. You're good to go. So it's a solid, rock solid sheath. Love it, and especially pretty tactical, sexy with that Cryptek Mandrake camo job. So here is the Shark Tooth Tactical, and there's, like I was saying, there is a hunter's model of this without the Tonto edge, and just got some brief specifications. This is about 10.5 inches long overall. The blade is roughly about 5.5 inches. This one does have a Tonto point. It just sort of has a standard grinds on there. It has like a sloping grind down to the point. So it's all basically angled for piercing power at that point. It is 3/16 of an inch thick, so it's a lot of like other Tops knives. It has a good thickness, not to make it too heavy but not too thin. And continue on down, we have, like I said, we got the Tonto point. This one has have partial serrations, and then some. Now we get to go into the fun stuff, and what they've got going on here is it's their patented a split finger guard. And what I mean by split is, well, obviously your index finger slides through that ring there, and then the other fingers, which you have the choil set up, so it's extremely comfortable. Your fingers slide through that for a good grip. And that is a Slysteel design, a split finger guard. So that is a very, very unique to their company. And I can say firsthand, you can tell, I mean, I'm wearing gloves here. My hand fits in it very well, very snugly, ridiculously comfortable. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take the gloves off. Wise, very high on this knife, and it has the linen micarta handle scales. It does have some red liners in there, which look really neat. It's just bolted down. Seems absolutely rock solid. The handle hasn't shifted at all. And then you have the rest of the guard down here. There's sort of like a little pry bar back here, which obviously I've used that. There's a lanyard hole. But so that's a lot of the specifications for the knife. Now I'm going to talk about why I absolutely love this knife. So the first thing you notice if you were to get this knife is you put your hand in it, and it feels like sort of a seat belt for your hand. And I don't know about, you, the viewer who's watching, but I've used a lot of knives, and this is the first time that I've actually literally put my hand into a knife, and I've used this same knife, and the amount of protection is kind of ridiculous. I mean, you have this protection around your index finger here. Then you have this whole guard right here. You have the back of the knife, and it's all protecting you absolutely rock solid. I mean, I feel very, very safe using this knife. I don't feel like I'm going to slip. I mean, it's literally impossible unless, you were to, I mean, at that point you physically have to release the knife. And that's what that split finger guard does, is you can do tasks, you can pick up things, you can do things all with that knife still in your hand. And when I first saw that and they were talking about that, I was absolutely blown away. And I was just like, this is just something that's so applicable to people out there who, like a utility knife. You have a really good utility knife here. So it's something, if you're out and you're working with your hands, you don't have to drop your knife. And even if even if you had a lanyard, you're still going to have to, let your knife hang. It's going to get in the way. Whereas this one, you slide your hand into it, and then you can pick up things and do what you need to do, and your knife is not going to fall out of your hand. All you have to do is flex your fingers, and it's not going anywhere. And that is, to me, that's an amazing, unique design. I was blown away, and I think it's highly practical and very applicable to people out there, like military, law enforcement, the standard knife user like myself. I'm just, this is one of those knives that the more I take it out, the more I want to use it, the more I love it. This is, to me, for the knife user out there who's serious with their knives, this is something you're going to have at some point, because of just how useful this guy is, and how safe you really are. If you're somebody, you get worried about, losing your knife, or, you're afraid you're going to slip while you're using it and hurt yourself, almost impossible with this knife. You're not going to do it. And, unless you're really acting like an idiot, which, even I do sometimes. Everybody makes mistakes and gets hurt. But you're going to find it very difficult with this knife. But so uniqueness points, absolutely blown away. This this tops the charts. And you can tell I've put this to some hard use. I'm not playing around with this knife, and it doesn't play around either. It's the real deal. It's a mean, aggressive, and very highly useful knife. So that's pretty much all I've got to say on it for at this point in time. And there's plenty of good footage of me using it, so I'll be happy to share that. But I'm just going to end this with just a huge shout out and thank you to the guys at Slysteel. They're awesome, because they have an awesome product, and they want people to know about it. And I really appreciate the donation, and I absolutely treasure this. The more people I show it to, the more impressed they are with the design and the look and the feel of it. And it's just an awesome knife. So that's all I got on that. It's Mr. Leonidas signing out. Have a good one.